Hey, yo, come on in.
All right, Casa Fruin.
After you.
All right, thank you. So you cleaned up in here, huh?
Yeah, just for you.
Just for me. I expect nothing else.
All my important visitors.
You clean up good too. Hey, so I'm coming to you today from the studio of Tom Fruin, famous for these structures above me. I took the day today, and it's kind of very informal mini sabbatical. We're gonna be kind of hanging out and maybe doing a little bit of welding and just kind of seeing what goes on in a day in the life of a fairly iconic, highly visible New York artist. So yeah, enjoy.
With Mr. Z.
Here we go. So, Tom, tell us what you're about to do.
Well, this is the railing for the water tower over there, and first we just welded all the pieces. Actually, it took a while to figure out what this is, and I think the spacer we used was just a 2x4.
So there's your welds right there.
Yeah, but this has made it easy. Just put a 2x4 in between each one.
Oh yeah, right.
Because I think the legal code is 4 inches.
That's
since
correct.
This is actually 3.5. The center points are about 4 inches. So we just did that, repeated. That'd be interesting to start not full, so it ended not full. Just give it a little more syncopation.
That's a sensitive decision.
Sensitive, yeah.
It's a sensitive art.
Well, also, I thought there might be a seam here, and in a weird way, it would be easier if there was something broken up. There's another bar here. It wouldn't need to be exactly 4 inches. It could be whatever. It'd be more right than if it's wrong. But I'm going to clean up the welds now that we know they're all right and it works on the sculpture.
Yep.
So I thought I'd just take these little welds down just a little bit, because it's supposed to be just slightly better than what an actual example in the real world would be. Like this one's like made by me, so it must be just a little bit better.
All right.
I don't imagine most metal shops probably wouldn't even bother to clean it up, but
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make it a little better. It's almost like a little, like a computerized version of it. It looks just like the render.
Exactly. And I'm gonna step slightly out of the way of your angle grinder
Well,
there.
I can always send them directly
Yes,
to you.
please do. It just makes me stronger. You're really supposed to have eye protection on when you do that kind of stuff, right?
Eye protection?
Eye protection is
This isn't
kind
a
of
tutorial. This is like a real work experience. I do have great eye protection here. These
yeah, right.
And
I see some nice goggles right there.
well, I'm using it all the time. It's also, oh, there's not one in there. But yeah, I mean, often I'll be wearing this. And
There's Matt. He's actually the brains behind the operation here.
bolt it low.
Okay. I feel like either way we can do either of those options and continue on.
I mean, it probably should just be cut, right? Should we do that first, or can we figure out the other railing?
I don't think we need that can be fixed later. Like I feel like
Should I get I think it's better with a little bit of like that. What do you think? This is a mag drill.
A mag drill.
Yeah,
So does mag stand for magnet?
It does. Let's see, plug it in. And I was going to show you what Matt, so we just chose our jobs. The grinding is much easier than what he's doing. He's
Right.
actually hand drilling thing. But the mag drill is great. If you come around to this side, So there's these switches back here, right? And then this one turns on the magnet, and now it's
Whoa.
stuck there. Try and like,
All right,
can't.
take a yank on it. For some reason, I can't pull it up.
Yeah. So that's the whole point. This is a big magnet, and then you can still now adjust this part. So once you get it locked in there, you set this up, and then right here, and I haven't put in the this part here where the dials are.
Right.
But you can line it up, and literally this thing, and then you just push the switch, and then just crank it down slowly.
So it's like a
attached.
portable drill press.
It's a portable drill press. Unfortunately, though, it doesn't fit into the material where Matt's welding.
Oh, I see.
And so that's why I'm doing the grinding and he's doing the hand drilling, which is less fun. But the rail is going to attach here, and those two places,
Right on.
and do this corner bracket. But he's just stepping it up. So we start with the smallest drill bit, and then you sort of walk it up, do bigger and bigger and bigger until you have the right size hole. And we're doing it really precise because the hole size is actually going to constrict where it is on the thing. So I mean, I think a metal shop would be really sloppy, but unfortunately that mag drill can't fit in here. So
Of
we
course,
have to do
right.
it by hand. And all this other stuff we do with the mag drill, so it's much easier just pumping them.
That looks right. And it's more precise, right?
It's very
In
precise,
theory.
super precise. Yeah. Was the mag drill interesting?
Was the what now?
The mag drill interesting?
Yeah, it was very interesting. I'm very interested in your mag drill. All right, let's see how the pros bend a rod.
Maybe more David. You have a silver Sharpie? And then what?
3 inches and then 37.
So, 40.
Yep.
You got some of this great tape editing. Super high quality.
Highly readable,
The best.
like new.
Nothing but the best.
Okay, so Matt, what is that?
This is an oxyacetylene torch. There's 2 lines of gas coming in. The green is oxygen, and the red is acetylene.
Fantastic. So you're gonna heat this thing up in order to bend it.
I am. Silver Sharpie does not burn away under all this heat. We don't know why. It's so weird.
So strong.
That's hard.
I should go down.
Ankara, Turkey.
Oh yeah, okay.
And they did this thing, a Zoom like interview, and then produced it into something called 3 Questions with the artist, and it's pretty good. I shared it with my my in-laws. You can check that out
Okay.
on YouTube.
Ankara. Okay. I will. I'll provide a link below.
It almost fit. Oh! that's significant. Nice. Just have the big bad boy. It's not the right size. That's for these. Cool.
I gotta get the sexy angles.
Just ask me what time it is. It'll be like, it's about one.
Yeah. Could you, can you lift that for me?
What, this? Or that? You have to stick a hickory.
Whoa,
It's a really nice material.
Yeah, that is nice. That's what they make baseball bats out of.
And tool handles.
And tool handles, that's right. This one looks like a tool handle.
They shouldn't leave it rough like that. I don't know why they mill it.
Yep, I'm with you.
Put this thing on.
Alright.
I mean, I don't know if you need to see it first or not.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Okay. Yeah, but you try not to touch it. Like you're floating a little bit, but that's just to get started. You can actually drag the tip. Like once you get started, you're gonna put this tip on it. It's like a diagonal.
How come it didn't just do anything?
Because they haven't pulled the trigger.
Oh, there's a trigger.
Yeah.
That would be good to know. It looks like a ton. It's very untidy.
It's very untidy.
So, it's heating up the wire, which is melting like hot glue, and it's also heating up the steel, which is also melting.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yeah, like we turn down the, and you can, when you start playing with a different heat, because you can like blow a hole right in the material
Right.
when it gets too hot. But yes, it's just it's turning them both. And then so here's just some stuff you can like, you know, try various things. Like this might be a good. And then one of the hardest parts about the whole deal is actually like getting the material to stay in place where you're doing. Also,
Right.
the heat gets so intense that this you bend this thing.
Oh yeah.
So if it were clamped to the table, you could minimize it, but still the heat is like
Right.
changing the material. It's like moving the.
It wants to.
Yeah. So you can arrest that a little bit by holding it down, but that's what happens.
I can see why this is like a skill that people take a long time to master.
Well, and there's like a lot of ideally, and we're not doing. I don't even know if I have a brush.
A lot of
There's like.
variables.
There's a metal brush.
Metal
so
brushing,
so you,
right.
you clean everything up.
Yeah,
So
I've
here
seen
you can see too. You're not getting. You got nice penetration, as they call it, on this side,
Yeah.
but not really on that side.
You know, you don't have to be so critical.
But right there is looking really nice. I mean, that's real. That's all. That's a real weld right in there.
Cool. Thank you. That was the last one, so I guess I was learning.
Yeah. So then, like maybe like and then there's something about like your position. Like maybe it's gonna be easier for you if this is rotated.
Yeah.
But you can try getting in right here, and just trying to work those pieces together.
Do you recommend kind of like moving around, or is it better to kind of like work up against something?
So I almost never weld anymore, but Matt does.
You don't even know how to do this.
Well, it was never that great at. I did weld for the Wooster Group. I was their aluminum welder on the sidewalks of Soho. But what Matt would do is probably put a dot here, and a dot there, and a dot here, and a dot there,
Less
and
is more.
then fill it in. Well, no, just to like tack to hold it, and then fill it in. But like something like this, you probably need like an inch here. You know, they would.
Well, Matt's really good at this. So I'm gonna do what he does.
Right.
All right. Like a dot.
Yeah, but take a sec. Don't just go zop. You want to go like, "Nee," and that's one good connection.
Got it.
Yeah, and you don't want to like breathe it in a lot. You have to be a little manny.
I teach wire sculpture. It's one of my things that I do.
That sound pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, that was.
And then you can pinch it somewhere else. Then you might need to tighten this a little bit. Okay.
I do know how to use these things.
There are different controls on the helmet. Maybe it's worn out a little bit.
No, the helmet's great.
It's like talking to Darth Vader.
I feel like not Darth Vader, but dark helmet and
Spaceballs.
I see that you're short.
All things like, yeah, like you're putting your elbow when you're.
It's a little wobbly, isn't it? It's a little flaccid.
I think you missed it entirely.
Yeah, alright.
And then also there's a thing to be said for pushing welding versus pulling.
Pushing versus pulling.
You know, just try all these different things.
Alright.
And you can hear the gas too, right? Like,
Yeah.
so that's the two things that happen. And that's the two things you're controlling is the electricity and the
Right.
wire speed. You can play with turning those knobs.
I love that. Alright, you're a good teacher, Tom. Have you thought about doing this professionally? Yikes. I am butchering this thing. Your advice was terrible. So, coming out of Tom's studio, had such a good time. They were working on that big water tower pretty much the entire time, and I think that they made good progress. It was really fun just to kind of be there and be in that environment and catch those vibes. Well, we'll see what it looks like when it all comes together.